train to get big muscles, you're going to be bored in a year. If you train to be better and know yourself better, you'll train your whole life.
Hi, happy to have you back on How Much Can I Make, the podcast about jobs and careers. I'm your host, Merav Ozeri. My guest today, Geoff Stas, has more than 12,000 personal training sessions under his belt. He knows fitness inside and out. He's a former elite Equinox trainer, licensed massage therapist, and most importantly, a Goju karate expert. I actually take his boot camp classes and I love them. They're really great. But what really impressed me wasn't just the workout. It was his deep understanding and knowledge of the body. So I asked him to come on the show, not only to talk about getting fit, but also about building a successful career and a business as a personal trainer. So let's turn to my conversation with Geoff. First of all, thank you very much for doing it. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
I have a lot of questions. So
Okay.
why don't we start by telling us, how did you become a personal trainer?
Okay, good question. So I started off from 4 or 5 years old. My mother threw me out the house and put me on a judo mat. I was too much energy. So since 4 or 5 years old, I've always had a close connection with physicality and training and martial arts. And where the base of my philosophy for training is in martial arts, but that's another point. And then I just stuck with, throughout my life, training as a way of life. And then I started doing martial arts full-time and professionally. And at one point, I decided to go traveling. I ended up in New York. Personal training was just a good fit. And at that point, I was attracted by the financial opportunities for something that I really love doing.
So you said something interesting, that you started with martial arts and that really had your direction. How? How come? Why?
When you do martial arts, it's an evolved state of being. Personal training is not just personal training. Personal training is a quest for self-knowledge. So when you're on the mat and it's the middle of boot camp and that asshole trainer Geoff says do 10 more push-ups and you're tired, you have to look inside to get through the 10 push-ups. And that is a form of meditation.
You trained people in the Equinox in New York.
I did.
Like 12,000 sessions you already had.
Yes, I did.
And then you had your own studio.
Yes.
So at what point did you decide and why to open your own studio?
That's a good question. I think about that all the time. I think that when you decide to open your own studio, unless you have self-trust, you don't ever think about opening your studio. And self-trust comes from a long journey of getting rid of your bullshit.
So wait, if you have self-trust, you will not open a studio?
No, yes, you will open a studio.
You will open a studio.
Maybe, if you have self-trust. If you don't have self-trust, you won't do it.
Okay.
If you do have self-trust, you may do it if you're crazy enough.
What are the things that most people don't know about owning your own studio?
On the surface, it sounds, I train somebody for $150 an hour. And people go, oh, wow, so you do 6 a day and it amounts to X. But the reality is that you're always thinking about new clients. People come and go very fast. It can be you're putting out a lot of energy. If you want to be a successful trainer, you have to have a real connection. That's what makes the business good.
How did you get your clients? Did you just advertise? Or?
There's a combination of my martial arts background lends an air of authenticity to what I do. I have a full contact karate background and people respect that. So when I talk about grit and getting through a set, I've been there myself in the trenches, and I think that's important.
That leads me to my other question, because you know every damn muscle and kinks in the body. Yeah. Did you learn anatomy? What was your studying and schooling like?
First of all, the karate knowledge is very important. I go to Japan every 2 years for karate training with 20 people, 4th dan and above.
Why is the karate important?
Because it teaches you a holistic approach to a healthy lifestyle. And personal training these days is not just about the gym, it's your attitude to life. And the whole concept of wellness has evolved and changed. Wellness in the 80s used to mean having a big chest and big biceps and going curls for the girls and all that stuff. And nowadays it's evolved, thankfully, into something more about a holistic approach to being at one with yourself.
So where did you get that knowledge? No, it can't be just from karate.
No. There's 3 different tiers. Karate, I think there was the spiritual and knowledge of pain. And then I also went to massage school, Swedish Institute. And that taught me the muscle attachments, where muscles start and where muscles begin. Muscles are like strings on a puppet. They just open and close joints. So you have to have a really good knowledge of muscle attachment and origin in order to be a good trainer. That's why I went to massage school, to be a better trainer. But
So you trained in massage, in
Yeah.
karate.
and then, of course, in personal training science, the personal training degree.
Oh, there is actual degree
Well,
in
there's
that?
degrees. I didn't get a degree, but there's courses, federal courses, and I take one every 1 or 2 years just to keep up.
Did it happen that you had a customer that got injured in a session?
Thank God not yet, but I'm fully aware that it can happen at any time. It takes 1 second. It's like when you have a baby. You're looking at the baby and then you turn to answer the phone and the baby falls off the bed. It can happen. So I'm very thankful every day it doesn't happen. I'm never in automatic zone like that. I'm always looking.
Yes, I can attest to that. You trained a lot of people. Can
Yes.
you tell immediately if somebody is going to stick to it or not?
When someone comes in to me and says, I want to change my life and I know what I have to do, usually you get a sense of, okay, this person's had enough of feeling like this. They're going to stick to it. And usually I can tell this guy's going to be gone in 10 days. But sometimes I get surprised. But usually there's a sense of someone's here for real. They're serious about it. They're not here to look good. They're here to be better.
But if somebody comes to you and they are unable to do some of the exercise you do, what do you do?
There's no such thing.
What do you mean?
No such thing. If somebody wants to do a squat, I'm too old or I'm too sick or my knees hurt. If you're 75 years old and you had knee surgery and you want to do a squat, I'll let you hold on to a pole and slowly crawl down with your hands and up again. Guess what? That's still a squat because there's an extension in the hip, knee, and the ankle. And if you're 22 years old and you're a track athlete, guess what? I'm giving you 100 kgs and you're going to do a squat.
Do people come to you for rehabilitation after?
Yes, a lot. Yeah, that's the most interesting form of training. It's easy to take someone who's healthy and fit and they want to get a better looking legs or whatever. That's easy. That's superficial stuff. But people who are here for rehabilitation and improving their health, that's a lot more interesting.
What's the secret to sticking out with a workout routine?
Surrounding yourself with the right people.
Oh, I didn't expect you to say that. People that actually do workout with you, you mean?
100%. Find someone who's going to train with you. It's very hard to find. It's a choice. I think the most important part is, and also, sorry, I forgot to say, the most important part about sticking to your plan is making it realistic. I'm going to train, I work hard, I have 2 kids, I'm going to train twice a week. Somehow I'm going to get 2 times 45 minutes in. Make the goals realistic.
Is it important what time of the day you
No.
work out?
No. It's not important what time of day. There are certain optimal hours, but that's if you are doing an Olympic performance, you can worry about that. But it's more about being answerable to yourself. Find time that you can stick to. If you say, that's it, I'm going to train 7 days a week, I'm going to stop drinking, that's not realistic. You're going to last me out if I said I'm not going to drink beer. I'm done in 24 hours.
If somebody want to become a personal trainer,
Yeah.
what path would you recommend for them?
I would recommend 100% absolutely that they spend a year at a big company like Equinox used to be. I'm not sure where they are right now in terms of quality. They used to be, Equinox used to be the best personal training experience possible because it teaches you can be a really good personal trainer, but you do have to know how to navigate the business of personal training. You have to get a sense of flow and ebb and the timing and what times people like to train and your expectations as a trainer. And I think you learn that in a group environment where you are working as a team member. And I think definitely go to a big gym environment for at least a year. New York City, if you can survive in a club in New York City, you can survive anywhere.
So when you work for a club, you work on a salary?
You work on a salary if you make the certain tiers of sales. It's a sales job.
What do you mean it's a sales job?
It's a sales job. They put you on the floor. They say, okay, you want to make money? Go make money. But every time you get a client, they take the lion's share of it, right? So this is where trainers get stuck. You work at Equinox, it's a nice club. You have this illusion of living in a nice club, and it's a trap because you make enough money to survive, but you don't make enough money to ever think of opening your own space. Very few trainers take that lion's leap into opening their own space. It's scary.
So what is the going rate today for a personal trainer? I saw anything between 60 to 75 an hour.
If you're a beginner, yeah.
If you're a beginner?
Yeah.
What is the range that you can charge for personal training?
Depending on your skill level and your reputation, you can charge anything from 60s in the low end to 180.
Per hour?
Yeah.
You have to be rich to pay 180 an hour.
You have to be rich to pay 180 an hour. But people, I don't know if this is relevant, but people go out and they spend $250 without thinking about it for dinner.
Yes.
And they do it 3 times a week.
Yes.
And now training, $100 an hour. I can't. So it's all about your priorities. Training is affordable if you make it affordable.
So a new personal trainer in a club, what could they make?
If you work hard, if you're doing 8 sessions a day, you can make about $50,000 to $60,000 as a beginner.
An experienced one?
$200,000.
Really?
Yes, but it's blood money. You got to work, you got to grind, and you got to keep on focusing on new people. You got to keep on. You get 10 clients in, that's in the bank. You're already looking at the next 10 because things change fast. People get bored of training. People get bored of you as a trainer. People get taken away by trend. Very few clientele understand the value of authentic training instead of fancy training, trendy training. If you train to get big muscles, you're going to be bored in a year. If you train to be better and know yourself better, you'll train your whole life. Does that make sense?
What do you mean by know yourself better? You know your physical limitation or no?
No, you push yourself through a hard time.
Okay.
Every time you do that, I think it's growth there.
Talking about trend, what is the trend in workout today?
Bone density.
What do you mean?
Bone density, people who are thinking about getting older and working for increased bone density, because that's what happens when you get older. You lose bone density. When you lose bone density, you fall and your quality of life goes down. That kind of training is becoming a mainstream conversation. In fact, it's on every table. It's at every dinner table.
So why don't you have a marketing for older people for bone density only?
Because bone density training is one aspect. I would say that, and also if you're training for, I would rather say train for overall health. And even your boot camp, I mentioned bone density training.
Yeah, you do some exercises that are good for bone density.
But the truth is that any kind of weight training, lunging and squatting is all good for bone density.
Looking ahead 5-10 years from now, what skills you think will be most important for a trainer to stay in business and be booked?
Extremely good knowledge of muscle attachments and origin, good understanding, an integrative approach that teaches clients what to do outside of the gym as well as inside the gym.
Oh, like what?
Diet choices, habits in the kitchen.
Do you teach those things or you just mention?
I did a 2-year course on nutrition. What was it called? Precision Nutrition by John Berardi, very good course. And the truth is that becoming healthy doesn't happen in the gym. Becoming healthy happens in the kitchen. If you're in the gym four times a week, that's a lot, but it's only 4% of the week. What are you doing the other 96? So you cannot out-train bad lifestyle. The lifestyle has to be good. Training is just the cherry on the top.
What is the right amount to train per week?
I think you should do some kind of training every day. Not hard. Training should not be intense every day, but you should certainly be walking or swimming or hiking or doing something every day for half an hour, 40 minutes. I would say that intense training should be done twice a week. Training shouldn't kill you. It should be a pleasant therapeutic experience.
You work out every day?
I do.
Wow.
But I'm a little psychotic.
I know.
I work out every day and I will do hard day, mobility day, and then cardio day. So I'll work out intensely 3 times a week and the rest is movement and
walking and stuff like that.
Walking and mobility and stretching.
Yeah. What is the one exercise that most people do wrong?
Push-up. Push-up is not an arm and chest exercise. A push-up is learning how to put weight in the feet and the hands, and you are carrying your core, which is from below the rib cage to mid-thigh. A push-up is not a chest exercise. A push-up is like a crane. You have 4 legs lowering and raising the life essence, which is your belly button. That's why, what did I say at training? Everything is an ab exercise. The ab is the queen bee. And the arms and the legs are the drone bees. What do they have to do to work, to carry the abs? When you're doing a walking lunge, you're not walking, you are carrying your belly button.
And you always say to eat something before you come for a training session.
Yes. When you train, there is a reserve of energy, which you get from carbs, good carbs, oatmeal, whole wheat toast with peanut butter, banana. Because when your sugar level drops too much, you're not capable of doing a good workout. So you want to just stabilize the insulin levels in your blood, because if the insulin drops because there's no food, you become useless in the gym floor. And you'll see it a lot, and this is particularly with high intensity exercises. Don't come in fasted because that high intensity fast twitch demands sugar for energy. The low stuff that you can get energy from the lungs, an hour rowing or an hour walking on the treadmill, an hour slow, steady swimming, you can do that fasted because that's not fast twitch muscle, that's slow twitch muscle. And that's another whole conversation.
Yeah, I didn't know there's a difference between low twitch and fast twitch.
Fast twitch, yeah.
What is a fast twitch?
Fast twitch is a highly explosive muscle contraction. And a slow twitch is a more regular, steady, submaximal force. So if you look at Usain Bolt,
yes,
his fast twitch muscle is very good. That's how he sprints. If you look at a marathon runners to me are freak athletes. I couldn't run 21 miles, but I could go full contact in a karate round or kettlebell swings. So it's two different animals, two different worlds. But when you're on an intense thing like boot camp, you need fuel before you work.
What's the one thing people really waste their money when it comes to fitness?
Supplements.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
BCAAs and branched chain amino acids, and they're called supplements for a reason, because good food is king. If you need good protein, eat good animal lean protein. But I think a lot of people spend time and money, a whole lot of money. I'm going to take my protein, or I'm going to take my BCAAs, because really you don't want to be in the gym working, and that's the truth of it. Eat good food, train.
How long, as far as age, you think you can continue to be a trainer?
The kind of training that I do probably... Oh, that's a difficult question, because I think it's important to be on the floor and to be able to demonstrate movement. So I think there's a certain ceiling to that. I don't want to put a number to it, but I think when I start feeling tired of the physicality, I will morph into full-time massage.
Oh.
Which is a little less jarring on the joints. And I think I enjoy that too a lot, actually. So I might go for more full-time into massage.
Where would you like your professional life to be in the next 5 years?
I would like to have an investor for a beautiful facility, and I would be doing exactly the same that I'm doing now.
You want to open another facility?
I want to open a better facility.
When you say better facility, what will be there that you don't have right now, for example? You have all the machines.
Steam rooms, just a beautiful space.
Steam room and saunas, by the way, are important for workout?
Yeah, they're good, yeah. When you open the veins up, it's good for circulation in the fingertips and the toes, and it relaxes you. There's also, maybe I'll probably do an ice plunge too if I had the money. That vasoconstriction and sauna, ice plunge.
Wow.
I asked myself, if I had $10 million right now, the only thing I would change is maybe my schedule a little bit. I'd get up at 6 instead of 5, and I would probably take more time off to walk my dog in the mountain. But that's it.
All right. Thank you so much. That was very interesting.
Me.
Hopefully people will take your advice to have to work out.
Yeah, you have to work out.
That's it for today. Thanks for listening. If you're curious about careers that you never thought of, head over to howmuchcanimake.info and check out our unique and unusual jobs category. You'll find real conversation with people in fascinating careers, sharing what they do, how they got started, and what they actually earn. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.